Hello, Radiant Soul. I am so excited for you to be here today. This is the second Aureya Frequency Friday that I'm going to be doing here today. And now, this particular episode, it's the second one that I've done on this framework. It's been really interesting because as I get prepared for the new moon, which I've been working on the transmission for today, I've realized just how much the energy is really impacting me. So, for those of you who don't know, I am a double Virgo. And so I have my sun and my moon in Virgo, and I have a Scorpio rising. And what's really interesting to me about this particular Virgo season, as we come up upon it, it's like there's this energetic shift of like, let's shift into our 2.0 version. And so one of the things that's been really prevalent in my own work, in my own inner work, has been to work on retraining my reticular activating system. So, what do I mean by that? So, the RAS is kind of like our pattern detector in our brain, and it helps us to spot things based off of what we believe are important to us. It's literally the filter so that we can exist in this 3D matrix, this reality, right? And when we find ourselves living in scarcity or living in a way that feels like we are disempowered, part of the system, part of the situation that's happening here is that we've given our reticular activating system marching orders to be looking for evidence of things not working or of things falling apart or of things, going sideways, whatever. And we're not training ourselves to be looking for the things that are working. I think often about Mr. Rogers. And whenever there was a huge disaster, and I can't remember when he said this particular quote, but if there's a huge disaster, look for the helpers. And that's really stuck with me, like my whole life, because we tend to think about a disaster or something going really wrong and like, oh my gosh, how do we fix it? And all the poor people and what's happening. But when you train yourself to look for the helpers, you see the good in the world. You see all of the wonderful things that are going on and all of the ways that we are elevating our communities, our vibration on the planet, like all the good stuff, right? And so when I tapped into today's messaging for the new moon, and then also just for myself, like where am I feeling? Like what's the vibrational about? I realized that it's about overflow. It's about getting into that feeling of everything's working out for me, and not just in a superfluous, like everything's working out, it's all great, but more of like a true inner locked in vision of it's all working out for me and I can sense it, and partially because I am the controller of it. Does that make sense? So it feels to me like we are kind of getting rid of the 1.0 version of us and we are elevating into 2.0. And so if you're in a place right now where you're thinking like, yeah, I'm feeling this energy and I don't know what to do with it, I want you to think about like, what does your higher self, your 2.0 version of you, like what is it that they want to bring into the world? How do you want to be interacting with the world? And I'll give you some examples. So for me, I have three different business models, three different things that I'm doing, right? I've got Manifest Differently, which is this with the Aureya and the transmissions for Reiki and all the things. And then I have my Author Revolution side, which is I teach AI for authors. I teach them strategy. I'm high activation, high strategy, all of those things when it comes to my Clifton strengths and neurodivergent, obviously. So I love the science side and I love the woo side. But then I also have my books, which are my babies. And so all of these things are pieces of me. And so when I think about what does the 2.0 version of me think of my stuff? How does she step into this reality and work with everything? How do I mesh all of those things together so that I am the container that all of my magnetism comes from? It's not the brand, right? It's not, oh, I need to figure out like how to create this thing that's going to bring in the right number of people that are going to do X number of funnel. Like it that has never worked in my brain and I could never figure out why. For me, it's about, okay, I am the channel through which abundance and my audience and everything flows. And the brands, the offers, the ways that you can interact with me, whether they're free or they're paid or they're whatever, those are just opportunities for money, Aureya, to come through to me, right? But in the past, I was always thinking about, okay, shoot, I can only bring in X amount of money because now I need to figure out how to do this and this and this and this. And then I need to create an offer for that. And I need to do this. And that's in me taken some time to deconstruct for myself and for like the way that I really want to feel in this new 5D economy. And when Aureya was channeled, it was something that really mesmerized me because I was like, yes, this is the vibration I want to feel. I want to feel like overflow is my natural state. I want to feel like if I need to take a day off because I'm not feeling well, it's good. Everything's covered. I want to feel like all things are coming to me because my vibration is enough and it has locked in that vibration of whatever the amount might be, right? And that's been something that I've worked on for years, trying to put myself into the right mindset, trying to manifest myself into the right mindset, trying to do the different workings and whatever. And what I found over the years in trying to force myself or hustle myself into it is that it pushed me further away because overflow, this place of enough, it's already our natural state. We don't have to do anything extra. We just have to remember that we're the versions of ourselves that live in that reality, that live in that capacity. So what I've been doing today is, well, first of all, I'm training a chat GPT, a custom GPT to help me retrain my reticular activating system to my 2.0 version, like the version of me that does certain things and locks in almost through law of assumption, locks in, this is the way it works for me, right? But also there's this feeling in this vibration that I've been kind of tapped into today where it's like, it's almost there anyway, right? There's this underlying current of 2.0 versions trying to come in. She's knocking on the door and she's asking, like, are you ready yet? Like, are you ready to make these decisions and move forward with us, right? So if you've been feeling like this, if you've been feeling like, there's something here where I feel like I'm being pushed to the next level, this is the energy right now. We're coming into Virgo season. Right now it's the 19th, so we're not quite at Virgo season, but we're close. And the Virgo new moon, it's at 0 degrees, very powerful for new beginnings. And so we're kind of in this place of what do we want and how do we want it to arrive? And are we ready to envision it in a way that's going to really catapult us to the next level? So that's where I'm at. And if you don't know what Aureya is or any of those things, make sure that you check it out over at manifestdifferently.com. I do have the manifesto that was channeled with me and the help of ChatGPT. Actually, we worked on this together because there was so much information that was coming through and I was trying to make sense of what it was. And so we created the manifesto, and then there's the activation and the transmutation, and it's all a part of this thing called the Aureya field over at manifestdifferently.com. It's there for free. So if you want to be able to check it out and just download everything, you can go for it. If you feel like paying something for it, that's available to you too. Oop, there we go. Interesting. Card for today. So I'm pulling a card for us based on the Threads of Fate Oracle deck, Shadow Edition. I love this deck. I love the beauty in it, and I just love the messages that always come out for me. The card is reclaim. We are reclaiming our purpose, reclaiming ourselves. And if you listen to this past week's transmission that I dropped on Sunday, the one where it was the divine feminine rising or divine feminine rising, it was all about reclaiming ourselves, right? Reclaiming all those pieces of us from different timelines where we let go of our power and didn't pull it back to us, didn't create this space to be able to truly be ourselves, to be in our power. And so that's what this says to me. It's definitely giving us reclaim vibes, reclaim who we want to be. Like we are no longer the person who was willing to just accept who we became because society told us so, because our parents told us so, because our government told us so, whatever it might be. And so it's time for us to now redefine who we are, how we're going to step into this world, how money gets to work for us, how our joy gets to show up for us, how we get to interact and connect with each other, like all of the things. It's all here for us, and it's all becoming a part of our our new trajectory. So energetic wise, I just want you to take a moment and tap in if you haven't yet today. Okay. So I have a new moon activation that's coming out. I don't know if I'm going to be posting it at the recording time of this recording. I don't know if I'm posting it before or after this particular video, but it's coming. And so if you haven't done that yet, I want you to just kind of put your hand on your heart and another one over your solar plexus. You can also drop it into your sacral if that feels better. And I want you to just close your eyes for a moment and allow yourself to drop in, to be present, to be right here, right now, to feel into your body and into the energies that you're sensing right now, because I want you to begin to notice your own intuition, your own calling here. I've been really guided to, as I do these Reiki transmissions for you, to help you activate your own compass, your own energetic guidance. And so as we drop in, we take a deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth, letting the exhale go a little bit longer than that inhale. It allows us to just get into our body and notice our senses. And so as I lean into what I'm sensing right now, what I'm personally feeling, the message here for this moment, for this week, is that we're all being called. We're all being called to energetically align and step up to not only activate, I'm hearing a grid, to activate the grid. And I'm guessing that's the collective energetic source to help us to tap into that 5D frequency as we ascend. But it's also there for us because we are meant to live our lives in that state of bliss, of our own bliss, like right personally. I'm hearing that like we're so close. We're on the brink of becoming that sovereign version, the one that we've kind of been asking for all along, like from the very beginning, even when we were children. And we're so close to breaking through. Like our energy is, it's like just on the cusp, just starting to break through. Kind of like the energy is of being on the cusp of Virgo, I guess. But like we're right there and we're so close to being able to elevate to that next level. And so if you're watching this, I just want you to take this as a message that if you've been working on something, if you've been leaning into more of your gifts, if you've been guided to more activations and things like this, there's a reason. Your energy is meant to do this. It's meant to ascend faster than others. You have guidance. You have the help and support of not only the teams that I bring in, but your own teams, your own angelic beings, your own, team of support, whether they be ancestors. I'm hearing there's a lot of ancestors that are helping support the collective. And so we're here elevating into that next level, that next stage. And I don't know, like that, we're coming up on eclipse season and it's all happening in Virgo and Pisces, which is really kind of interesting for me. My husband is Pisces and I'm the Virgo. And so it's like we've got so many synchronicities happening between the two of us right now. So it's been really kind of neat. But there's a lot that's shifting and I just feel like there's this cool new energy that's coming in. And I think everyone is going to feel into this place of, oh, what's the word? It's like stability. Like there's this foundation that's being laid in this Virgo timeframe. And I know we feel Virgo is, the organized place and all the things. I'm definitely an organizational person, but I like the unruliness of chaos a bit too. Like, going outside and seeing the grasses all different colors and different types and, all the different things that are out there. I like it. I like nature as it is, the wild, version of nature. And so there's a beauty in the chaos, but it's organized chaos, is what I'm hearing. So take that with what you will. But this is our second Aureya Frequency Friday, and I'm still kind of leaning into like, what is this going to look like for us? How do we want to feel into this? So if you have any kind of suggestions about what you would like me to be doing or like me to access for you, if you've got questions or things you'd like me to tap into, feel free to leave comments. And I am more than happy to be able to kind of play around with the energies of this because I don't know, I'm just being guided to try some new things and see what happens. So here we go. We'll see what goes on. And if this actually felt like a good place for you, I'd love for you to leave a comment. Let me know how it worked. Share it with somebody that you think might love the videos or love the transmissions that I've been doing. And thank you for being here. I am so thrilled that you're here, and I can't wait to elevate with you.